Alright. Checklist continues. I think the simplest thing I should do right now... I should check... I don't think I went inside the cellar in the Lyscar runes, so... If I'm correct, there is an item that I've been wanting for a while that I only found out about somewhat recently. And I hope it's inside. That would be great. This early in the game, I didn't quite... Yeah, I didn't really rouse these that much. And a ritual pot, perfect. I didn't realize you get those so early, too. It didn't occur to me how early ritual pots show up. Jeez. Rats, though. Stat. Stop. Damn, okay, these guys are fucking... Even at this level... Even at this point in the game, these things are monsters. Hey, Rain. Those things are so horrid. There's my rats, at least. That'll draw some aggro. And the rats have a lot of HP, surprisingly. Oh, that one attack is so nasty. It's so distressing to fight those damn things. Thoughts on the new patch? I can't think of anything I'd complain about, except for the things that clearly broke. So, like, for example, the, it seems Determination may have been broken. Or not Determination, what's the other one? Resolve? Whatever the name of the fist... The fist weapon thing is. The one that gives you poison and absorption. I can't remember what it's called. The one on Cestus is... a couple minor things as well. Like, they may have broken... there's like a death plane in Kayla on the way down from the Bestial Sanctum in order to get both the... I think it was the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, and then like a... can't remember how to pronounce it. It's that one dagger, like... There's a pronunciation that doesn't match how it's spelled. Like, Cinca does, or something. And, so those are potentially no longer accessible. But, like, all the... Like, I'm totally cool with making it to where, like, Determination and Royal Knight's Resolve don't work with, you know, anything besides the weapon that they're used with. So I don't have to sit there and, like, grab a dagger and you know, cast that real quick. And then, before I cast my spell, so I don't have to have, like, an 8-second window over and over and over again where I have to keep doing it. And then, you know, FE costs going down. This is what I wanted. Ah, perfect, okay. FP costs going down across the board, for a lot of the, like, never used spells is great. So, in fact, I need to go hit up Selin after this. And I think there's one or two spells I didn't grab. Or I'm missing a book. I don't know if I keep the books for reference or not. The scrolls, I mean. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, and I don't have any that aren't turned in, so if I don't have the spells, then I gotta go find some Academy scroll that I don't have yet. I think with what I've seen, I've not used Hoarfrost Stomp myself, but what I've seen of it seems to be that the nerf was totally warranted. I've seen some videos of it seemingly pretty strong. What else? I think some weapon arts are still going to get nerfed, but I think even though they didn't nerf the damage for Moonveil, reducing the poise or the posture damage or whatever we're calling it, that's a big deal. There was some other stuff like that that I didn't care too much about because it wasn't magic related. You know, fixing the weird like death immolation or whatever was going on with that is good. I think what's going to be funny is I think they're probably going to finally address the idea of bleed dodging because they're going to have to due to the madness bug because madness stops you in your tracks when it procs, and it can proc even if you're dodging it. Yeah, I don't have the scroll for this. She can sell one extra thing that I never got. She would sell unless I gave it to Turtle Pope. What other sorcery traders are there that I forgot about? There's one that's like fast, like Great Glintstone Shard and Fast Shard or something that I never got. I gotta find those. And those got buffed, and I want to try them. Alright, Stormville has one random thing that I didn't get, I'm pretty sure. Unless it went backwards to it, I don't know. I think it was like the gate to the left. I mean, I could just go in. Like, I don't think the trap's damage is scaled by health, so we'll see. Hey, Ibel. Oh yeah, I can tank this all day. So, all sets. I'll set the rats out. This is... Don't need to set the mimic out every single time. There's a set of explosive ballistas up there that I want to get. Well, I can pretty much ignore the damage at this point, so I don't really care that much. From that angle, really? There we go. Alright, rats are gonna do the cleanup work for me. My last boss? I think I'm right before the point of no return, as far as I can tell. This is where I want to go. I don't know where they shoot. Yeah. I think those are less accurate than they used to be. Oh, I have been here already. Yeah, I wanted to check the top of this because I think both in the network test and in my last oh, you know what? This shit is different at night. Maybe that's why they miss. In the last time I came here, as well as in the network test, I think I never got whatever it was. and I must have gone backwards to get it. Oh, and there's a thing here too. Right, so many random things I want to get. Guess we'll get the rats out. So I need the big dude to hit that. I think there's an attack the big dude has that'll go through that. Like a stomp or like a butt stomp or something. Come on. I think. Gotta get the rats out. So I don't think I'm quite at the last boss, but I think I'm like close. Damn that kick. Get come on, open this. Open this dick. Maybe this isn't maybe there's something else that can take this out. Thought it was this dude. What is big enough for this, then? Is it like a butt stomp? I might have to concede on that one. 101. It actually doesn't do that much damage. Does this scale? Where is it? Faith? Instant faith, okay. And it's descaling, so if I had a little bit more faith, I think that might be worth it. But I wanted to pop this, and I don't know. Giant. Can you really hold on? Oh, hold on a sec. Where are you pointing? Oh, was it actually... Can you lure it that far back? I am going to do a small amount of PvP today. I'm probably going to end up losing. Because this, I have not done any proper planning for PvP. And Spellcaster PvP is not something you can just pick up and make work. I felt like I was getting a lot of connection errors. I guess it's not just me then. You coming? Yeah, I actually, the last session, I stopped with it just, it full on just like crashed out, attempting to invade in Liurnia, and I was like, okay, well I guess we're done for now. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost. Game will actually put you somewhere where you cannot reach the host. There we go. It's worthless, but I'm gonna choose... Well, actually, you know, Stars of Ruin did get buffed. You know, I take that back. That's actually worth it now. Is that like 30, 36 or so? 30 something? 38. Yeah. Because of the tracking, yeah. Huh. Five ones and 1, 2. Earlier in the game, that would have been fantastic. Wish I had figured out that giant earlier. So that's been done. Gotta look up my to-do list. I still want to find that final memory stone. I don't know where the hell it is. It's something I haven't marked in the map. I'm sure, like, I haven't seen it, or... Assuming the final memory stone is not, like, in, I don't know if all of this is Farum Azula, but some chunk of this, maybe. Maybe there's a memory stone in there. Actually, can I just get a yes or no for if there is a memory stone in there? Because I'm going to find it one way or another. Even if I have to scour the map forever, I'm going to find it. So the question is, am I going to put any real effort into it or not? Had a nice glitch where it invaded someone who's currently fighting the boss, but it spawns you outside the finder. Oh yeah, the Dark Souls 3 Undead Settlement tree boss glitch. It'll absolutely put you somewhere where you cannot reach the host, either because you are in radically different elevations or because the only path to them is through a fog gate. Yep. I never got whatever that is. I don't even want to go in there. I did the tunnel. So yeah, there's more shit here that I haven't done yet. And I know there's something here. I don't know what it is. Oh man, I gotta deal with that, don't I? That place is so deadly. You know, it's funny. I'm currently freezing in my apartment because I've been just leaving the ceiling fans on, and I've left the AC on, just because anytime I stream this game, now that I've got that 3080, my apartment just cooks, and I don't want to risk it being hot later today. A few hours into the stream, but I'm going to be cooking in the meantime. I'm going to be freezing in the meantime before I start cooking. Oh, you know what? I can craft more. How much cuckoo glintstone do I have? Let's make all of it. Iron flesh. Oh, this is an aromatic that doesn't require arteria leaves. That's good to know. Which city? I'm not telling you where I live. Closest you can get is Texas. And it's not cold because of the weather. It is just cold because I've let the AC run rampant. It's not safe as a streamer for people to know with any real detail where you live. All it takes is one malicious person to do things they shouldn't. Oh, I haven't seen this, but I heard about this. You can catch wolves that are trying to chase the scarab. That's cool. Yeah, that one's not too thrilled about me. I'm sorry. I know. Do the rest of them care? Oh, they're way too preoccupied. Do I please let me have me. Yeah, I got missed out. Okay. Is this directional? Nope. Gassed it backwards. I'm just gonna stand here. fucking miss. White Shadow's lore. That was super delayed. I think it takes a very long time to recover from that bell. White Shadow's lore. Probably should have paid attention to what it was. All melee armaments. Hold armament in a brief silent prayer to create a white shadow. The apparition lures in foes of human build who are not in combat, trying their aggression. Effective on demi-humans, even if they are already in a combat state. Hey, Soviet. I kind of can't remember if this is the case or not, but I think something from Dark Souls 2 I think is throwing me off. Was it the case in Dark Souls 2 that if you two-hand a left-handed weapon, does it still have L1 as the attack? I feel like that's the case. I think that's what I can't seem to digest. I think it's what's throwing me off. Oh, is this the last one? I think that's 5. L1 still is your primary. That's got to be it. Because I never routinely two-handed my left-handed weapon. Oh, geez, what is going on here? This place. What the fuck? Why though? Oh, geez, it does real damage too. Oh no. No. What the hell? This better be the last memory stone. The fuck? Oh, jeez. This is ridiculous. It's a fucking walking mobile artillery platform. Gotta grab those raisins at some point. Please no zombies. There's a heal. There's a proper heal. Yeah, they must have massively buffed that. It used to be like nothing. Summary of the story so far. There's a lot of pieces in that. There's some stuff that is no longer even... That's the structure I wanted. There's some stuff that's no longer even like... They're not... They're information that no longer has the same meaning now that I've been learning more stuff. But basically, like, at some point after a war with the demigods, where they were all fighting for, I guess, vying for to become the next Elden Lord, something resulted in the Elden Ring shattering. Somewhere along that, okay, this is a normal mausoleum, just terrifying to pass. Oops, that's not what I want. Keep getting the hotkey backwards. Somewhere along the line, Godwin is killed. in the Night of the Black Knives. Ronnie apparently had orchestrated that somewhere using a fragment of the Rune of Death. I don't know how much granularity you want with the story so far. It's a lot. There was a... What is this gonna be? Who is that? Silver Mirror Shield? 12 strength. Shield of Radiant Silver, festooned with amber and carried by Loretta, Knight of the Hallowed Tree. Oh, okay. I have another Loretta item. I've got 3 different ones now. Plus the armor. Shape is said to imitate that of a sacred drop of dew, which inspired the absurd rumor that Loretta herself was an albinoric. Is that because probably because she always rode the horse. Ronnie is opposing the current order. Well, that's all more story as well. So Ronnie is one of the factions that are apparently opposing the current order of things, where there's at least 1 or 2 others. One is Ronnie's faction that seem to have a strong connection to the moon. And I'm actually starting to wonder what the deal is with this, where is it? Why would you have such distinction between 2 separate moons like this? More than that, even, actually, looking at this. It's hard to say. The topography looks the same, it just looks like different coloring. Well, I guess the question would have been, I don't need to know right now, I think this is important later on, but if there are 2 moon spells, it just seems so strange that they would make such a distinction unless that's important. And it makes me wonder if I've been looking at the same moon, or if the world of Elden Ring has 2 moons. And stuff like that. So at the beginning of the story, somewhere around the Shattering, I am willing to bet that all of the starting classes, they all represent the classes of all the characters that existed before the Shattering, and all the characters that were banished from the lands between. All of the Tarnished characters, I believe, are all from a group of characters that have been exiled and are now returning. That's why instead of a sorcerer, like there are in Ray, Lucaria, and all these other places, you're instead based on the ancient magic rather than current modern sorcery. Well, there's so much stuff to go over. Melania and Radahn fight to a standstill, and Melania. So in the cutscene, in the trailer, at the release trailer or whatever it was, the story trailer, they show this flower blooming, and initially I thought it was Radahn's hair being magical and like blooming and then constraining and destroying Melania, but instead that's apparently the rot inside her basically blooming again, and not only infecting everything, not only infecting Radahn, but infecting I guess everything, every bit of Caelid. I think Caelid was the epicenter for that fight, probably somewhere around Aeonia, I would imagine. And the most recent scenario where the rot blooms due to Melania having to, get into a big fight or whatever and having to win a fight with it, would have had to been there. Meanwhile, somewhere way earlier in the story, as far as you can tell, Radon develops mastery of gravity magic not only for his horse Leonard, this scrawny but otherwise well taken care of horse that is Radon's beloved horse. He learns it to ride and not crush Leonard, but also to hold back the stars, and a lot of them too, to hold back some sort of astral phenomenon, because one of them lands in the Misty Woods, or Misty something, Misty whatever, Mistwood Runes, Mistwood something, right around here, and opens up a hole into to Nokron, which is another portion of the Eternal City. So you get into you basically go in here after like jumping down. So like I guess you get in here and you take a couple tunnels and you get down here. And I believe somewhere really far down in here was the first scenario where we see one of those Estelle creatures, and I can't remember exactly where it was. You go super far down somewhere, and I kind of really lost track of where this thing was. I don't even know if I went in there or not. I think I did. I think this is where that horn was. Geez, where did I even end up? I think... Yeah, so something took me here, and I don't know exactly how. I think I took a bunch of teleporters or something. I went down somehow to get in there. Oh, you know what it was? I brought the thing back. Yeah. Yeah, I brought the thing back. Yeah, somehow I got in there. I can't remember how I got in here. But something allowed me to get in here, and that's when I met Estelle, which seems to be another deep-born... I think all of these creatures are coming from space, right? And that makes me wonder what the deal is with the Greater Will, because the Greater Will sounds like another... The Greater Will doesn't sound like it's a benevolent entity. I think it's something malicious or something controlling that has some influence over everything. But I don't know the whole of what... Like, I need to know what the more the story is. The coffin from the Lake of Rot. Then how did I get in there, then? Yeah, I don't remember. I got in there somehow. I think maybe... I don't know. I don't know the whole path. It was such a giant whirlwind of paths up and down. I remember the way that led to this thing was like, you take an elevator and it goes down and you're like in the regular underground area, and then you take another elevator down, and I think that's when you get to the Lake of Rot, and then you take the coffin down, and I guess you're saying that was what led down to maybe here, or it led down to somewhere, and then it might, you know what it might have been? It might have been this as a coffin down to this, and then something led down. Lake of Rot was through... Really? Then I'm completely mixed up, yeah. Coffin brings you to Astles, okay. Yeah, this is what's confusing me. It's such a winding path. But you take 2 or 3 paths down underground that are... They're as long down as the initial path to Seofor River, which was absurd. Like, this far down from here is ridiculous already, right? Going like, this is like dirty to the center of the earth. And then you do another one to get, I think to get around here somewhere, or to get to the Lake of Rot. And then you take another path all the way down, and you eventually get to this thing. And this thing is definitely not, I mean, they even say natural born or the void. I'm assuming the void is just space at that point. And that's what Radon does not want to come up, to show up, to land on the lands between, or Earth, or whatever this planet is. And there's 2 of the Astel things, because I fought another one... where was it? It was in, I think either the Yellow Annex Tunnel or some cave. You know, it might have been up closer to like here or wherever the closest cave is towards the north end of this area. I don't remember. I remember it was in the snow spot somewhere. And then there's two Falling Star Beasts. One is in Celia Crystal Tunnel, which is like, I don't know, somewhere around here. Yeah, so I don't know. Here. So there's a Falling Star Beast here. And then there's another Falling Star Beast. Like leading towards, I think, either the end of... Oh, it's right here. It's literally right here, I think. I think this is the crater where you find it. And I think there's probably more shit that's coming from space that Radon was trying his best with ridiculous gravity magic to get to... it's okay. So he has ridiculous gravity power, even when he's totally messed up by the rot, and separately mentioned madness. But I'm not sure if it's actually madness or just being driven mad by the rot. They specifically, when Gerard mentions this, he's like in the cutscene before you go fight him in the Radon Festival. He's like driven mad by or you know body and mind, you know, brain gone, something by rot and madness. Like they're specifically mentioned, and I wonder if he was influenced or otherwise hurt or burned or whatever by the Three Fingers, who seem to have a strong connection to madness. And that I don't know if I don't know if it's just his brain rotted out because of Scarlet Rot, or that the Three Fingers got to him. And in his prime, he must have been ridiculous if he was able to do that when he's totally messed up. If he's basically sitting there, his gravity magic is still in effect, holding back that giant meteor shower, including the one that landed in Limgrave. Meanwhile, like, they initially, like, the story starts out like, oh, you know, Two Fingers this, and you become the Elden Lord and all that kind of stuff. And then, like, so you find out initially it's like, oh, the Two Fingers are just two actual fingers, just gigantic, creepy-ass fingers. And then as you go further along, you're killing, like, Godric and Renala, who happens to be Radigan's wife, but also has some connection to America. And then you find out later, which is a big giant spoiler, so you might want to bail out when I say this one. But apparently, when you go and use, I don't remember exactly where it was. It was like around here-ish. You find a statue of Radigan, and it's like they certainly like they like just tell you to use. It says regression leads the way, or regression reveals all, or something. And you use a lot of regression in this one spot, and the statue turns to a statue of someone else. And it looks like a statue you've seen a lot. You walk back to the message that tells you to go use it, and it literally just says flat out, plain English, completely blunt. I can't remember if it said Radigan is America or America is Radigan, but basically says they're the same creature, or the same entity, or something, or maybe they're split. Maybe they have multiple personalities, or you know, were broken up in the shattering or something. But yeah, there's so much shit in this game. The bloody finger hunter Yura, at some point ends up dying and then gets inhabited by Shabriri, who apparently is like the envoy or the avatar of madness. And speaking of Shabriri, I haven't found the rest of the eyes yet. And I don't even know where the name of I don't know where the NPC is who one of the eyes. I don't think I have any more, and I don't know where to get more either. There's just so much shit in this game to track down. Where did I last see her? Hell if I know. It was like once ages ago. I think I think the NPC was like relatively early in Liurnia. Maybe where Bach was when I last saw Bach, which I totally lost track of now. Like early on. So they're gone. Haven't seen Bach in a while. But yeah, there's a lot of story. It's so much to cover. Oh, hello. It's not just a talk. It's not a talk prompt anymore. Hold on. Is this literally... Is this literally Loretta? And if I get to summon Latenna and she's an Albinork, is Loretta potentially actually an Albinork?
O young yet towering sister of ours, let the birthing droplet in and create life for us, for all the Albinorix.
I'm sorry, what? What? Oh, they have the same garb. I didn't even notice. I've spent no time paying attention to Latenna at all. But it's another, everybody's name is similar. Laura on her armor, it says? No, the lore says they weren't sure if she was an Albinork. It was something like, they sort of inferred, like, maybe they were on, maybe she was on a horse all the time, and that was because she had the same affliction. I don't think it. Maybe this looks different when you modify it. Like Royal Knight. Finding that when I don't know what it looks like. There's two Loretta sets. Is there one that looks closer to what she's currently wearing? I don't know if I have both. Ah, well. Alright, well, let's just continue.
Thank you. I finally fulfilled my purpose.
Oh, well, that's worth.
Our young yet towering sister will give us hope. Now that nothing is left unfinished, I will join you in battle to the bitter end. And when the fighting is done, then you may lay me to rest. Beside Lobo, my dear wolf.
So, I don't know what's going on with this weird birthing tier or whatever's going on. Is it just a larval? Are they just giving her a larval tier to make a new Albinork or something? She also looks like a first generation. I don't know what's going on with there being multiple generations. Is that why there was another Albinork? Seek treasure chest. Where? Is that why there's ones that kind of look like weird, like mutant creatures, and then the other ones look more human? Oh man, this is so weird. Like, I definitely think, like, it's my understanding that they were basically meant for, like, either, like, menial labor or subservient tasks of some sort. But I don't know what, like, exactly what the story is behind them. And I think of what the other major story bits I want to talk about are, because there's just a lot of stuff in this game. So Selen's story is chasing basically Azure and what was the name of the other one? Lastek or something? Los something? I think I put away all the other staffs. For L something. Usat. I'm not gonna remember Lusat until I end up using the staff a lot. I think it's the way it's gonna work. And so both of them were actually astrologers, basically primeval sorcerers, and were more in tune with the stars. One thing I don't know though is they're researching the primeval current, and I don't think that's ever been explained. Yeah, I have been using founding stars of founding rain of star. Yeah, it's not founding stars of rune. This is stars of rune. Founding rain of stars. And then I don't know if Lusat made this one too though. Oh, it was. So okay, so Lusat made this one, but this one is not distinctly mentioned to be from anybody. Also, it's weird that there's either a typo or Lusat is more than one character. Legendary sorcery devised by Lusat, primeval sorcerers, with an S. Does this one say it was made by anybody? Said it had been discovered by an ancient astrologer. Yeah. You know what's weird is that the way they say that Azure and Lusat are sorcerers, a primeval sorcerer, I wonder then if astrologers are earlier than sorcerers, or if like what's the timeline for sorcerers? Is it like primeval sorcerer, astrologer, sorcerer? Or is it astrologer, primeval sorcerer, sorcerer? I don't think that's been clarified. Well, magic definitely comes from the stars. They're channeling star power, basically. You know, glintstone. Selin specifically mentions this, and the way that she describes it is really weird. And I don't actually know exactly what the story is there, because so Selin is like, you know, the golden amber is the vitality of the ancients or whatever, right? And then she turns around and says, but glintstone is the amber of the stars, and contains residual vitality or something. And it's like, aren't those both vitality, or do they mean like one is like body power and the other one's spirit power? Because that's what it kind of sounds like. It sounds like they're both parts of the same. One is life as it is, and the other one is life as it was. You know, it basically sounds like this is the power of the remainder post-death, or this is the power of the existence in the present. Do they all know everything? In terms of does Sela know everything, or who's they? There's, I think, one more structure I haven't gone to yet. I'm gonna see what this. I think this is where I died last time. At least it'll be daylight. Amber is split. It's split by elements in a way. I think amber is basically the state or condition of either of those ambers, whether it's. Ooh, nice. I keep doing that because I swap those. I think the only real difference between glintstone and the yellow amber of incantations is just, is it currently like part of a living entity, or has it like I don't even, I wonder if it's something like glintstone is the yellow amber processed and used, or you know, is it like kinetic versus residual energy, you know? Kinetic versus potential energy. In reference to Selland, one amber is time, space, and knowledge. The other is faith, earth, and body. Well, don't. If you know the answer for sure, don't spoil it. I will say though. I was speculating earlier in the Discord that that's cool looking. Oh geez, yeah, that's what's scary. I was speculating that there was basically sort of the opposing elements between incantations and sorceries, where like one is basically earth, body, light, fire, and the other one is like cold, space, mind, soul, space, all that kind of stuff. Surely there's a bear around here somewhere. But faith without souls? Well, I think I don't think it's necessarily the concept exists in that format. Hey, bear. I think it's more like the concept of like a singular power that represents the whole of what you are without body or whatever. I don't think it's explicitly presented in that way. I think it's more like mind and body are both essential components of your existence. There we go. Oh, the range on that's so short. He has 1,000,000,000 HP. Yeah, I don't think I have enough of a grasp of what it means in Elden Ring just yet. Like what the distinct separation is between incantations and sorceries. I think it really is going to come down to what is the primeval current. I think that's the biggest thing, and it hasn't been explained yet. Yeah, so Ronnie apparently sheds her body, and she says it right around when she mentions that she doesn't want to be. She like rejects the two fingers. I think she actually kills her own two fingers, and I think they make it sound like that's how you're getting subjugated by the two fingers and potentially the greater will, because you see other cases of characters doing stuff like that. Like you see EG's helmet specifically mentions it's worn by traders to escape the influence of the wards off the intervention of the greater will and its vassal fingers. Right? Both of these helms have that. Oh, she does that in real time. Because it looked like it was after the fact. Okay, so she definitely did kill it. She used the blade that you got. And that was, I think, the treasure of Nokron, I think? It's some treasure of one of the Eternal City places. So, in addition to that, as I mentioned before, there is multiple instances of these two fingers. You have your own two fingers. Each of the Divine Towers has their fingers. Ronnie's is all separated out, which is weird. Hers is in a different place. You give her the blade, then find the doll, then have to kill the two fingers assassin for her. Which is the shade that looked like blade. Wait, what shade looked like blade? I fought blade earlier, like on, I fought blade, like right outside one of the, like, I think right outside, Ronnie's Rise, I think, somewhere in this area, behind the manor. That seemed like blade. Unless I fought another one I forgot about already. Before you fight blade, right after you get the doll, you have to fight the shade in the underground. I don't remember that well enough. Maybe I don't recognize what blade looks like in like shade form. Wow, yeah, I haven't been here. Doesn't this lead to the... Oh, you know what? This leads to the Moog place. Invasion of Blade after getting the doll. I think either I missed that or I skipped it or I'm not... I don't know. I'm not sure. I might need somebody to find the VOD of that and like link me to that so I can review that later. I might have missed that bit of the story. I might have forgotten. It was if I was especially if I was at if I was at the ends of the night on that stream, I might have totally just like blitzed past it and forgot. So it was very late at night. Oh yeah, this is the bloody one. Okay. So I already got it here, so no, I can unmark this. I will in a minute. Let me get somewhere safe real quick. Check the map. Move that. I think there was one other... This dangerous spot has something for me, and I don't know what it is. You're full. I keep doing that. Oh, I never got... Is there a second rune that I didn't go to? Like right next to the first one? To get the full story of the coup, you need to do another semi-related NPC quest. I have plans to do some of the rest of these. Like, I want to finish up, I want to finish up the quest with Vare, because I think... I'm pretty confident that Vare's quest is going to help me get insight as to what's up with the fingers. Because Vare is like, hey, you know, the fingers don't seem so great, what do you think? And if you answer like, magnificent, it's fine. Then he's like, oh, okay. But if you go, something seems sketch, he's like, yeah, I know, right? Please stop. And then he's like, why don't you try invading using these things? And I did one invasion and I wasn't ready for it because I couldn't even remotely process that late in the day what spells I'd want to bring in. Yeah, I do want to run through that quest. The rats are getting slammed. I guess I got everything of any real worth here. I just wanted to check. The Eyes of Yellow, though, I need, though, because I need those for certain... If I find another dude who has, okay, alright. If I find another dude who has a madness weapon, I'm gonna have to have that shit ready. Oh, that's where shit gets scary. These things are the absolute fucking worst. Those stupid electric balls of death. You know what I think is going on as well? I think every area that you haven't been to yet has a lot of extra resource nodes for stuff that don't respawn. And then this thing, which it's up around the bend. Yeah, once I'm done here, yeah, with all these things, once I'm done getting whatever the object is here and risking my shit ton of runes, I'm going to, I'd love to find out what's summoning these things. Summoning giant spirit bosses. Something important was over here. I just never figured out what it was. That's a... okay. Yeah, I thought there was something important here. There wasn't. That was... I think it was just the crimson one. Take that off the map now. Yeah, I need to just leave.